Hi everyone, Aiden here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yakima high-speed roof-mounted bike rack and seeing how it fits on our 2022 Ford Maverick. Now right off the bat, I do want to point out that this obviously isn't on the roof. We're using the Yakima bedrock system to give us a rack just above the bed. And I think honestly for a lot of applications, especially if you're planning on carrying a bike on your roof, this is a better alternative, and luckily with your Maverick you have that option. It's just going to put things at a much more manageable height where we're not lifting our bike above our head, and it's way easier to load it. And you can see here it actually works really well in the Maverick. We've got the bedrock system pushed back as far as it'll go, leaving us with plenty of room between the bike rack, and the cab of our truck. So I'm not too concerned about any clearance issues here. Now with the high speed, this is a fork mounted rack, which means that your front tire is going to be removed and stored in the bed. So that's out of the way. We don't have to worry about that as a potential point of clearance issues, because I do think that with how close this sits, that would be a clearance issue for other racks. Now this is going to work with a 9mm quick release skewer or a variety of different through axles. Be sure to check the page to find all the fits and make sure it's going to work with your bike. And it's going to accommodate up to a 40-pound bike. So even with a slightly heavier mountain bike, I do think you'll be able to get a good hold on it. You can see that fork-mounted design is going to be very sturdy. Up front here where that clamp is in place, that quick release is just going to install right there, and then with the hand knob on the back, that's going to tighten or loosen it. The loosening of that knob will release the clamp holding that bar in place, and then as we tighten it down, you'll eventually hear a click letting us know it's torqued down and fully tightened. So it's built right in. We don't over tighten anything, and it keeps it nice and secure, letting us know we're good to hit the road. Now around this rack, there are some points for locking. Locks are not included, but you can pick them up separately and key them alike to your other Yakima accessories, like this bedrock system if you wanted. There's a lock right here up front by the hand knob to basically make that so it free spins. And then at the very back end of the rack, there's an integrated cable lock that will go and lock to this post down here. And it's not super long. Really on our bike, it's only long enough to reach through that back tire and lock up, so we can't wrap it through the frame. But if you're going to be pushing the wheelbase limits of the rack itself, you might have better luck getting through the frame and back. Just be mindful of it if you like to wrap through the frame. The rack secures, or the bike secures, on the back wheel here with this wheel strap. Push that release button, pull the strap out. That'll let us get that freed up. Always do that first when you're removing the bike, because the clamp up here is what holds everything in place. Loosen that up. You'll see it release from the bar right there. And then once I've got that free, just lift up and away. And you can see that it's very easy to do, very manageable right there. And then I can just set this off to the side. Now one other benefit of this is that with it over the bed, it's not sticking up or adding any height to our vehicle. It only sticks up a couple inches from the crossbar here, and because of the way the clamps attach, it's not really like a clamp, it's more of a strap that wraps around the bar, so it doesn't extend below the crossbars really at all. On those, there is another locking point for the rear that I can point out. Right there, where we can add a lock core. That basically makes it so we can't remove this from the roof or from the crossbar. But getting that installed, it just flips into place, wraps around the bar, and this back one can be slid around to meet your crossbar spread wherever it's at. And as I put that in place, throw that lever down, bring that and secure it, it's locked solid into place. So overall, if you're looking for a solution to carry your bikes, you don't want to use a hitch-mounted rack, then I think this is a really solid option. Even if you do choose to go the roof rack route, your Maverick doesn't sit too high off the ground, and it should be fairly manageable. But if you go with this option over the bed, I think it's going to work really well on the 2022 Ford Maverick. Thanks for watching.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.